Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It is me, the Ninja Reviewer here, and I do apologize that this has been delayed for quite some time now, but I just want to open up this video with my very first official video of 2016. I do apologize if I held this particular video back, which it's been held up for like so long because, I had other things. Now since everything has been taking a break, like all the shows, well, of course, except for like One Punch Man, because that seasonal and it's over. However, all the good stuff for the winter ain't gonna start until maybe this Friday. I know Fairy Tail's gonna come back with Fairy Tail Zero this coming Friday. So yeah, since now that I got that out of the way, I do apologize that I kept this for so long. Well, not very long, but no, yeah, not very long. So. I mean, at least it wasn't beyond months from now until the springtime. But I mean, I could have done it way closer to when season 6 was coming out. But I decided, you know what? I might as well just get it over with now because I have nothing else to do. Which I am gonna do some important things in a bit sooner or later. But anyways, let us begin with finally the second part to My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, season 5, part 2, which is episodes 14 through 26. So I'm not going to make this too long, hopefully, I promise. It's not going to be as long as last time. But anyways, let's just get started with the episode, with the three, well, actually, we're going to start with the 3 Rarity episodes that came out with episodes 14 to 16, which was the whole month of Rarity of September. So let's begin with that. Episode 14, which was Canterlot Boutique. Finally, Rarity finally has her dreams set where she finally owns her own shop at Canterlot. However, it doesn't come without, without some kind of, gem hidden somewhere in the rough. Because we see that pretty much, her new assistant boss, Sassy Saddles, pretty much, while, she really does like Rarity's designs, she wants to create something that will keep on expanding and repeating itself for pretty much a long while. And they had their sort of, disagreements on that because Rarity is someone who can make really awesome dresses and really awesome cosplay designs, in her own style. But unfortunately, Sassy Saddles just wants to rinse and repeat the same product for a pretty good long period of time. And because, hey, it sells pretty well, so why not? Because, it's one famous kind of design of dress. And you can't always just have that one kind of design because the artist itself will lose their passion for doing things that they love, especially for Rarity. Now, Rarity pretty much lost her spark and her touch until she finally realized she saw the colors, she saw the designs, they spoke to her. She's like, all right, you know what? You haven't lost your touch yet. You can do this. Especially because we have the whole song, the rules of Rarity, which, the rules of Rarity still apply. And she finally realized, her own rules, the rules of Rarity of tender love and care, for her own ways of actually designing clothes. And actually, when it comes to this episode, the moral of the story really hits closer to home for all artists because it kind of makes sense, becoming someone who's passionate for different kinds of ideas and designs, not just repeating, not just having one design or one of something and just keep reselling it and milking the same product over and over and over again can kind of make you lose that spark. And I think pretty much all artists can kind of agree with that. If you have creative ideas, don't let anyone, push you around. Don't let anyone try to actually, tell you, how to, run your business and stuff like that. And, that's pretty much a really a lesson to keep the heart, definitely. So that's what's the stronger points about the episode. And of course, what makes this great also was the ending to the episode too. I really do like the whole going at a business sale thing. And we get some little cool cameos of Raven, a little Raven, little cameo pony, and a Starfire one, sort of, kind of, in a way, but not really. But anyways, I thought it was actually pretty funny. But the main attraction, see what I did there, later episode. Oh my god, oh, yo. Oh man, the thing that definitely set this episode of a high bar of a great was the ending. The last fucking seconds of the episode. Oh, it was just out of nowhere, but it was hilarious. This thing of nature, I have no idea what the fuck it is, just comes in there out of nowhere, asking for one of the princess dress. And this is a huge bitch, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's, I don't know what the fuck it is. Where's his legs? Like, what kind of form of body is that? Like, how much pounds does this fucking bitch weigh? Seriously. What are those? Like, seriously, though. Like, the legs. Like, what are those? I don't know. Those aren't legs. Those aren't ooze. I don't know what the fuck they are, but they're... It's fucking weird, but it's funny because it was just out of nowhere. You did not expect that. Nobody expected that. No one saw that coming. Just no one saw that coming. And she has a cutie mark that's later like her actual face, like as herself. I think that's convoluting herself or something. Like, I love myself or something. I don't know. Anyways, let's just move on to the next episode. So overall, I really liked the episode. I thought it was actually, I thought it was actually a pretty great episode. Well, thanks to that ending alone, because oh my god. Alright, so let's just move on to episode number 15. With episode 15, Verity Investigates. Now, this episode I pretty much liked a lot better. I think, yeah, I love this episode a lot better compared to the last one because I really like the whole noir style of, like, detective when it comes to Verity. I thought it was actually really cool. And what I do like, I mean, yeah, it didn't really have, like, some kind of a... Well, I guess sort of the moral was basically, like, you know, don't judge a book, like, by its cover. Just because, you know, Rarity looks like she doesn't know what she's doing doesn't mean Rainbow Dash should not have judged her about, like, oh, you don't know anything about investigating or just talking about all these things that relate to, like, fashion and this is related to that one night, you know, all this stuff that, to me, doesn't have no point. Which, obviously, Rainbow Dash, you have no clue on how detective work actually works, so I don't think you really shouldn't be talking on how... that is actually pretty much done. So, yeah. Even though I love you, Rainbow Dash, but come on now. You should obviously know how detectives actually find their way, you know, around. So, anyways, though, while everybody else says that they don't really like the episode too much is because the ending was pretty obvious on who the corporate really was when it was basically Wind Rider. He was the one that was pretty much the corporate. But in my personal opinion... I sort of saw it coming, but not really. I was like, yeah, I kind of saw it coming. But the episode was just a lot of fun, and I loved it. And it was just a really stylized and awesome episode. Like, I really did like the noir style of, you know, again, you know, I really thought I was going to go with this whole, like, Phoenix Wright kind of deal, but I guess I was wrong there. I mean, I really didn't think MLP would go to that lengths of having Phoenix Wright, which I think, in my personal opinion, would have been awesome. But regardless, though, I really liked the episode a lot, even though a lot of people may say it was kind of a pointless episode. But to me, I enjoyed it. I actually think it was like one of my favorite episodes because of the style. And yeah, you know, you could say the villain was pretty obvious at the end, which I think was a lot of people's biggest problem. Other than that, though, I think out of all the 3 Verity episodes, this was the best one that I've enjoyed, like, so far. Like, I really loved it. Like, especially like how it breaks into character of the black and white, and then going back to present day with the color. Really a nice touch there. So definitely really love the episode. Next we go to the other Verity episode, which is not my favorite episode because it's just okay. It's okay. It's Made in Manhattan, everybody. Episode 16. This episode was just, it was okay. I mean, listen, I'm not the biggest fan when it comes to, like, New York play theater sort of deal. I wasn't really a big fan of that sort of scenario when it comes to the actual story. I wasn't really too much big of a fan of it because I thought it was okay. I thought it was, I don't know. I mean, I sort of get the style. Like, you know, you don't always have to have something big and fancy to actually to make everybody come and see, you know. I don't know. The moral to the story was, like, I mean, I think the moral basically was just, like, it's all you need is just something plain and simple to bring everybody together, you know, for true happiness. Like, when it comes to, like, something that you guys truly, you know, love, to bring everybody together, to show them what you guys love and enjoy is pretty much, you know, straight and simple, instead of just having this awesome, incredible, spectacular looking stage set and designs and costumes. You don't always need all that. In fact, you just need a simple placement, a simple stage, some lights, some decorations, some, effects here and there, and you're all set to go when it comes to these kind of plays. And, even though it's simple, it's plain, it still fits. It brought all the Manhattan, all the... I can't really say New York, because, well, that, again, is sort of based on New York. Those ponies together, like, it brought everybody together. They all watched it, like, oh, when I was a kid, I remember going to these kinds of shows and stuff like that. So, yeah, even though it's not the most fanciest looking thing, at least, it was close enough to home to bring the true meaning of Manhattan and why people always used to go to that certain park area. Because before, it was just a wasteland, no one really fixed it, and some rich dude wanted to buy it. It's one of those kind of stories where they wanted to buy it off for their own profit and need, and then he sees the real side of it. It's like, oh, wow. You know what, maybe we could just make it stronger by just, rebuilding the community. It doesn't have to be the most, the most high-tech thing possible, but as long as we have the basic equipment to fix it, the more of that, we can actually make things better again. Which, simple stuff that are plain and simple can make a huge difference in things, I guess is what the moral is. But overall, the only reason why that the episode was so, the main reason I kind of like the episode is seeing one particular character again. I'm in love with the Coco. Yeah, Coco Pamel is back in this episode, and she's just as cute as ever. And I really do like her apartment, though. It is actually pretty cool. Even though she lives alone. Hopefully, I hope someone can, be her special sun pony, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, overall, though, it is cool. And the adorableness was just too cute of her showing all the plays and the shows she used to do when she was a little filly, and it's really cute. So yeah, that's the only main reason I kind of liked it. And of course, the Applejack, crossing the street thing, it did have some moments though. It was an okay episode. I mean, overall, it was kind of meh, but at the same time it was okay because it did have some moments at the beginning. Like Twilight being bored, which, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Twilight being bored, which I thought was actually pretty damn funny. And not only that, though, just seeing Applejack trying to be the country girl and, in the big city, trying to cross the streets and stuff like that, I thought that was actually pretty funny, too. So, I'm not gonna lie, those parts did kind of make me chuckle. But other than that, though, that's really it for the episode. It was just okay overall. Nothing too big, nothing too spectacular, nothing to see here, folks. So, definitely one of my, of the season. Even though I said Appaloosas Most Wanted was a piece of shit. I even reviewed it on my old channel was a piece of shit. But this doesn't come close to a piece of shit like Appaloosas Most Wanted. At least it has its moments that I can remember. Compared to Appaloosas Most Wanted, Random Times, and... the adults being fucking retarded. No. I'm so done. Especially the CMC, because... That again, thanks to the episode that's going to be a little bit forward, I'm going to be talking about soon, I think that kind of redeems itself now, because the episode I'm actually going to be talking about now, and a bit after this one, redeemed itself. Episode 17, when it comes to Sisterhood, Brotherhood Social. Now, this episode is sort of a prequel to the other episode being in Manhattan, because technically... What happens is that while Rarity and Applejack are going away, with the cutie map. Oh yeah, by the way, this is the. By the way, that episode was the second cutie map episode that we've seen. There's going to be one more episode pretty much down the line, but with that episode, when the cutie map actually, when the cutie map calls them, we see that pretty much while they're away, they're supposed to be the Sisterhood Social that they have every year. The one that we seen back in season 2 with Rarity. When, I think it was called Sisterhood Social or something with that, I remember from season 2. It had to do with Rarity and Sweetie Belle. Them not getting along because she really wanted her to join and cooperate with her and stuff like that. So, and, she always wanted a new big sister. So, that kind of episode. But, yeah, but overall, between that one, this one I really liked a lot better. Especially because of Big Map. Because it developed this character a lot. And I mean a lot. Oh my god. But in a funny, hilarious way. And also a really feel-good way as well. We see that Apple Bloom has no one to go to the competition with in the Sisterhood Social. But instead, Big Matt decides to create her long-lost cousin Apple Orchard or something like that from what I remember. And basically, yeah, it's Mrs. Doubtfire pony version. I swear to God, that's exactly what it looks like. But in a way, I thought it was actually really hilarious. And I really did like how he tries to break his character by doing things and then going into that deep overtone voice. And everyone's like staring like, what is up with this, like, this woman here? Like, what the hell is going on? But yeah, that actually was actually pretty funny too. Also, what I really do like about it is that in the beginning, it feels like Big Mac was always left out of everything because she always praises Applejack like to no end, and we see that Big Mac really feels left out, and he wants to be the big brother that she remembers him for, from many years ago when she was a little filly, like way littler than she is right now. Just saying, cuteness. Anyways, we see that pretty much, Big Mac's trying to bond, but it doesn't really work, so that was the only way that he can really get true bondings with Apple Bloom. And not to mention, this is the most speaking role we've had of Big Mac for over a while since season 2, with him just repeating himself lovey-dovey talk with Miss Shirley with that love spell. So this is the most speaking role he has gotten in a very long time, and this time it's more feminine. Who would have figured? Anyways, though, at the very end of the episode, while they didn't win the competition at all, Big Mac and Apple Bloom have the little special moment together. They have the little moment where they actually have their little talk about, like, how Big Mac really felt. Like, he only talks about how he really feels, like, where no one's around, where he's, like, really alone with someone to actually talk his true feelings with. And when they had that special moment, I really did get a lot of feels. I started to tear up just a bit. Because, it actually did show how much Big Mac really does care about, his family and his sisters and stuff like that. So, yeah. Overall, though, I thought it was a really heartwarming episode. Well, a heartwarming ending, with a lot of comedy, at the beginning, with the competition. Really cool stuff. So, definitely another top favorite of mine I really enjoyed. And then we go to episode 18, I believe, right? I'm confused. Episode 18. The Crusaders of the Lost Mark. Yo, okay, this is the bigger episode. This is where the hype train starts fucking taking off. Alright, here we go. Crusaders of the Lost Mark. We all know what the main highlight is of this episode, but mainly it's the Magical Mystery Cure 2.0 starring the Cutie Mark Crusaders, pretty much. We see that, where do I begin with this episode? The biggest things about this episode, not going to really review the episode because I already reviewed it already on this channel. I've already reviewed it. The biggest thing about this episode, the character development for not only Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon, but also for the fucking Cutie Mark Crusaders. Oh man, just seeing this like struggle and seeing how Diamond Tiara like really feels and how she really is. Like, she doesn't mean to be this kind of person who just to basically just try to demand others and try to make them feel, underplayed compared to her being all rich and getting her cutie mark. That's basically the way she was raised. And seeing how, like, the Cutie Mark Crusaders have grown and how they're strong no matter what gets in the way, she kind of feels, kind of jealous. And then all of a sudden she, especially because of her mom, kind of, makes her feel like that and say, like, oh, that's not the face of a rich pony. You gotta be more consistent. And why are you hanging out with those blank flanks? You're supposed to be, like, rich and powerful like us, the real winners, the real pros. And it's like, wow, bitch, fucking really? Like, I swear to God, this is like Donald Trump if she was a pony. Like, I swear to God, like, their entire family, like, even Diamond Tiara, like, herself was kind of like that, because, just because she has a lot of money, like, oh, vote for me because I'm rich and I can build shit, compared to Pipsqueak, where she's basically poor and he can't really afford anything, and especially Misai, too, because he's a poor, oh, by the way, it was kind of cute to see, Pipsqueak again, but, yeah, we obviously could tell that Pipsqueak was going to find a way to lose at first, but then after seeing the light of what the CMC was basically showing her how she can actually change her personality, use that money for the better good instead of the better evil. And not only that, but oh yeah, we also get some really hilarious facial features from Diamond Tiara, like the fucking nose. That shit I thought was actually like one of the main highlights too, was just that nose alone is just like so fucking funny. Not only that though, but there was a lot of songs in this episode. Like I said, it's a musical episode just like the season 3 finale. Magical Mystery Cure 2.0 starting Cutie Mark Crusaders pretty much. Then the big reveal at the ending. The CMC finally grown. They finally realized, you know what, even if we don't get our cutie marks, we can help other ponies try to figure out their goals and what their motives are going to be and how they're going to change and what they're really going to be aiming for their future to come. And it's like, alright, so let's do it. Let's do it and work together. Then all of a sudden, as soon as they collided with their hooves, it was time. They finally realized it. They finally grown up. They finally realized what it was meant to have it. And we all thought, okay, if they're never going to get their cutie marks, this was a nice lesson overall. Like, even if they didn't get their cutie marks, I thought this was a fantastic way to end off their arc. Like, I thought it was a really great way. I mean, that would have been a twist, too, if they did not get their cutie mark. But I know a lot of people would have been butthurt if they didn't do it in the comment section. Like, oh my god, this is epic fail. I want to see their cutie marks. But in the end, though, we all wanted to see it, so fuck it, we finally got it. So the CMC got their cutie marks, and it's all matching with their symbols of the shields, and it was just glorious. And I just cried. I was just like, fucking wow. Like, it was one of the best episodes of the season, man. I swear to God. So overall, yeah, Cutie Mark, Crusaders of the Lost Mark, outstanding episodes. Amazing. Episode 19 is the one where Pinkie Pie knows. This was actually a really hilarious episode, even though in my review I did say it was actually an awesome sauce episode. But I will admit some of the running things with Pinkie trying to keep the secret did get a bit overplayed, sort of, a bit in the episode. But what made this episode even great for me was the reveal that Shining Armor and Cadence is finally going to have a baby. So again, hype train people is fucking rolling. Now we're getting into the juicy stuff. Now we're getting into the stuff that's leading up to big development in the future of the story of MLP. So now we finally see that they are finally going to have their kids. Maybe next season we get to see what they actually look like, if they actually have them. It would be a nice season opener if we did have to do something with their kids, or they finally have the kids and then all of a sudden something terrible is going to happen that the ponies have to do and fix, which, that's just my opinion on what's going to be coming for like the opener. But that again, we'll see what happens with that. Overall, it's a Pinkie Pie episode. I laughed my ass off. It was funny. My only tiny little complaint, which I should have done in my review and fixed it, I apologize, was the fact that it did get a little bit old when it comes to like the running gags of Pinkie Pie trying to keep the secret. It was funny for a while, but then there were some times where it did start to get a bit too much, and she started to become a little bit more dickish towards her friends, which I will admit doesn't really fit Pinkie Pie as much. But whatever, though, I still laughed my ass off, and I thought it was a really great episode overall, and I really enjoyed it. Then we go to episode 20, which here's the biggest mistake that the Discovery family did. They aired a Christmas episode during Halloween time. How the hell can you make a mistake like that? I mean, seriously. Not even that, though, but it's a big troll because of the icon. We see a fucking pumpkin in the right-hand corner of the Discovery family logo. So that is no excuse for them to have a Christmas episode during Halloween. That's bullshit. But besides that, though, I thought it was the best Heartwarming Eve episode I've seen compared to the very first one where we had the main six have the little play they had in Equestria, where they were retelling the way that Equestria was made and Harmony and how Heartwarming Eve was created. So compared to that episode, I think this episode was definitely a lot better. I enjoyed it for seeing Pinkie Pie's other family and the Apple family finally getting together because, we still don't technically know if they really are cousins or not, especially this big shipping pair when it comes to Marble Pie and Big Mac. Now, a lot of people say they can get incest. It's possible they can ship it. A lot of shippers want to ship it. But the problem is, though, is that we don't know if they are officially related or not. I mean, it is a possibility that they are, but at the same time, it will be still a cute shipping. Maybe a little messed up if they are related, but I don't know. I mean, it's whatever your judgment pick. But overall, though, when it comes to this episode, it really does show that you always can't always force someone else's, traditions on everyone, because not everybody follows the same traditions. We don't always have to have the same traditions as everyone else. As long as you appreciate the other traditions and try them out, for yourselves, welcome. Like, in other words, like, you don't go to somebody else's home and say, like, yo, what up? We're going to take over your Christmas. We're going to do the cooking. We're going to do all that. We're going to do our style the way we're going to do it. That's not really, the best way to actually solve it and get along with your family or your in-laws or whatever. So, yeah, that's a big lesson that Applejack took to the heart. Every other Apple family was fine with their traditions, even though it was weird, it was kind of uncomfortable, but other than that, though, they still enjoyed it compared to, like, Applejack, which I think was the only naysayer there. Other than that, though, it was a really heartwarming episode. It was pretty funny for the most part. And again, seeing the rest of Pinky's family, of course, more Mod Pie greatness. We see her back in the game. It was actually really cool. Other than that, though, it was good. It was a really great episode. And at the end, we finally get to hear Mod's Christmas poem carol, which is about rocks. Well, obviously, they're all about rocks. So, yeah, nice way to end it off. Really heartwarming episode. I wish I could have watched it again during Christmas, but I kind of forgot. But who knows? Maybe when the Season 5 box set comes out, I'll pop it in. I'll rewatch it during the holidays. But anyways, yeah. So, that's that. Then we go to the actual day it was supposed to air, Halloween. Episode 21, Scaremaster. Which I think, if I had to compare this one to Scaremaster and Luna Eclipsed, which one did I like better? I think I would sort of say, sorry Luna fans, I think I like this one kind of better, I guess, but I can't really decide because both of them were just so good, because I like seeing Luna and her, like, trying, to fit in with the other ponies in Nightmare Night, and I really did like Fluttershy trying to fit in with the other ponies and the traditions of Nightmare Night. Both of them had their cute moments, both of them had their funny moments. So, if I had to pick a real winner of which one was better, I'd say both of them were just fine. I didn't find one better than the other one. Both of them had their funny moments. Both of them had their really good moral moments as well. Like, especially Scaremaster, because the moral, like, even though you guys are all friends, you guys don't always have to do the same things together if that part of the friend doesn't like the things you do in that group, which is fine. You don't always have to do it. Out of respect, they'll understand that, and that's fine. So I can actually appreciate that. I love the costumes for each of the ponies. Once again, Applejack was adorable with the fucking, the Cowardly Lion, or maybe just the lion in general, who knows. I mean, let's see. She was a scarecrow in the first one. This one, she's a lion. I'm guessing she's going to be a Tin Man next. Who knows? But if they follow Wizard of Oz trend, I'm all aboard for that. But anyways, though, I did really like the costume designs. Fluttershy was just too freaking adorable, even though there were times where I'm like, okay, Fluttershy, enough now. I mean, we get it. We know you're scared. But I think you're just kind of a bit overdoing it. I'm just saying, girl. You're just doing it just a way too overmuch. You're just way too scared for your own good. Hell, you're even scared of your own freaking shadow, for God's sakes. But regardless, though, I still think it was really good. Especially the ending, though, where... Oh, sorry about that. The ending though, where she actually has that like thing in the hay in the corn maze, where she has those like really scary traps and shit. That was really cool though. I think that was one of my favorite moments from there. Especially scary. It was actually a little bit too much for a kids show though. I will say, especially the Granny Smith one with the skull head popping off and shit. Yeah. Anyways, overall, I thought it was another awesome edition of Nightmare Night, and hopefully we get another one in the mid future. Who knows? Maybe season 6 can provide it. Maybe. Anyways, let's move on to episode 22. But what about Discord? Okay, this episode, I have no idea what the okay. I understood the premise where Twilight was supposed to recreate a scene that already happened while she was doing her book reading, cleaning, spring cleaning, whatever the fuck she was trying to do. Anyways, we have that, and then we see that Discord was just hanging out and having a good time with the main six while she was away. Although what really happened is that he planned it out to actually hang out with the main six to kind of troll. This dude trolled Twilight to actually teaching her another lesson, just like we did in last season with Three's a Crowd, where he pretty much says like, she's pretty much saying that, that in reality people can get jealous. There is such a feeling called jealousy. It can actually happen. But what made this episode kind of like made me a little cringe a bit was Twilight's behavior. Her trying to prove this hypothesis of something that already exists isn't exactly the same. You can't recreate a moment that already happened that you already missed, because it's not going to be the same. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Don't let it go. Like my man fucking Slim Shady said, man, you got one shot. Do not miss a chance to blow. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So when it comes to What About Discord, I mean, it's supposed to be a thing called What About Something, I think it's supposed to be a parody of, or What About Rob or Fred, or whatever the hell that show is supposed to be. Let me know in the comments. It's supposed to be a parody of that show, but I don't really know the whole specifics of that show though, but I was just confused because it's just Discord wasn't really Discord in this episode. Like, he was just saying, he was doing all these kind of like pun joke things, and I'm like, what the hell? But I did like some of the costume designs. Like, I like Discord's Doc Brown. I like Marty McFly, Pinkie Pie. I thought that was actually pretty cool. Like, yeah, some of the and the Ross Boss, the fucking Afro painter dude. Oh my god, that was awesome. So there were a lot of really cool, out of nowhere, random funny moments in the episode. It's just some of it had me so confused. Like, they were trying to just recreate this shit, and it's just making my brain hurt. It's like, Twilight, stop. Like, seriously, like, the episode just had my brain pounding through the fucking desk. Like, seriously. And Discord, while he is the most funniest troll, the biggest troll of MLP, he wasn't really as much Discord in this episode. He was out of character for some odd reason, but not too much out of character. He did have some really funny moments that were pretty nice with the references, but other than that, his character could have been much more better. And overall, I think this is sadly my least favorite Discord episode. Even though I love Discord as a person, he could have been a lot better. Just saying, though. But regardless, though, I had some enjoyment out of the episode, so it wasn't really a total bad episode. In fact, it was a solid episode. It was decent. Wish it was a bit less confusing in Twilight. Stop trying to make some crazy, stupid hypothesis. Stop being crazy for like 1 second. Just saying. Then we go to episode 23, The Hopefields and the McCults. I love this episode. This is definitely one of my favorite map episodes that we had since the Lost Treasure of Griffinstone. It was not only hilarious, but I do love the whole, family feud kind of episode with the two hillbillies. I thought that was actually pretty funny. I also really liked was the whole moral here about you gotta be careful on who you hurt because it may hurt, others, around you and you just don't know it. You gotta have some kind of sensitivity and control. You gotta talk with another to work things out. But unfortunately, because if you think one person's better than the other, then, you're gonna do this and then go your own separate ways and just ruin the entire world. That's the reason why they don't really remember. It's because one person did something doesn't mean you have to gloat and become better than them, and then, make everything else like a complete hellhole and ruin the entire actual playing field that they're on. Just saying. So for a Twilight and a Fluttershy episode, with the two of the combos together, I thought it worked a lot better. Compared to Applejack and Rarity, I say this one worked better. Even though the Applejack and Rarity combo wasn't too bad, I like this combo a lot better because Fluttershy, understands mostly when it comes to the pain of the animals. Twilight trying to reason in with them by books. Seriously, Twilight. Fucking books. I mean, come on. Books aren't going to be always your number one guide, your number one best friend. Like, you always gotta try to solve these things in a different manner besides looking at books. You gotta look at it through the perspective of others and how they see it and how they viewed it instead of looking at books. Overall, I really enjoyed it. I mean, the feud between them, like the whole, the battle between the hillbillies was actually pretty funny. And yeah, it was definitely one of my favorite map episodes compared to the last one I made in Manhattan. It was actually something new, a brand new location, and I liked it a lot. And it was funny. It actually was. So, not only that, but it was cool. I liked the little guns. I liked the vegetable guns they had, throwing the pumpkins and shit. Like, it was cool. I really enjoyed that kind of stuff. So, yeah, really awesome episode. Really enjoyed it. Episode 24. This episode was hyped during the San Diego Comic-Con that they showed last year in July. Oh my god. The hype for this episode was definitely worth the wait. Like, Ra-Ra is definitely one of my favorite ponies now because not only does she has an awesome style of Lady Gaga, she also has that calm, cool melody of like your kind of famous singers with who always plays the piano and stuff like that. She has a really slow, mellow tone, like kind of way of songs and instrumental kind of. Well, I don't know. To me, it's like I really like her style from going to like awesome, cool pop. Techno, awesome kind of music to calm, smooth, mellowed music, to make you feel, good, to also probably get you the feels, and also a very nice, mellow tone, like with good old classic violin, piano, and instrumental, classical instruments. Overall, though, I really love the premise because okay, the manager, he was an asshole. I hated him because he was a dick. He always was telling, Ra how to change her character, how to change how she was. But what really was the star of this episode was Applejack. Finally, Applejack's honesty, Applejack's character has been put to the test, and it was, oh my god, thank you. And what she did was to actually help Ra become a better person, to become the way she used to be, a singer at her own will, the kind of songs that she likes to write, not these kind of techno, Kesha, Lady Gaga kind of songs that, her manager wanted her to write. So, like I said, fortune and fame, could come with a heavy-duty price, especially when it comes to making music that nobody would agree to, especially if you're going to have music like Kesha, Lady Gaga combined into one blender of music. Even though I did like Razzle Dazzle, which I think was a fucking awesome song, and it's weird because I swear to God, it sounds like I'm watching Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt when I hear the song. Like, not the scenery, but the song itself kind of reminds me of something like that. And it's actually really cool, though. But even though I will warn you, there's too much seizure warnings going on with that part. But overall, that's like one of my favorite songs. I mean, yes, I Am Just a Pony is a really outstanding song as well. I love that song, too. But it's just like I like the kind of music, because I like that style kind of more better compared to I Am Just a Pony. Even though I Am Just a Pony is a very sweet, mellowed song. I really enjoyed it. And it really does show the true colors of Ra and her character, like the one lyric, reveal the veil, it's finally time. Like, you know what, I think it was a very beautiful song. It really is. Even though I will dance to Razzle Dazzle so much. And goddamn it, Daniel Ingram, why can't you make a full version to that song? Because I will blow that shit techno. I will fucking turn down for what I'm playing that song, because it's, seriously, it's like one of my top favorite tracks now. Top favorite songs of Season 5, next to a lot of songs from, like, Tanks for the Memories, Crusaders of the Lost Mark, stuff like that. But yeah, anyways, then finally the big one, the Season 5 finale, episodes 25 and 26, the Cutie Remark. Oh my god, I reviewed this episode already, and like I did a live reaction and I did a review of this episode as well, and you already know I fucking love this finale. In fact, it's the best finale that My Little Pony Friendship is Magic has had throughout the years. The time, the futures, the futuristic apocalypses were just awesome, of just seeing what would happen if there was no Sonic Rainboom. And the layout paid off. We saw returning characters making much bigger future roles. And then what I really loved, though, was the Sombra one. The Sombra one and the Chrysalis one was awesome. Yeah! My homegirl Chrysalis comes back, man. You know I'm fucking flipping out. In a cool way. Oh my god. So, oh my god. The Chrysalis, not just that one, but the Sombra one too was fucking awesome, man. It was cool. We see a big apocalyptic war going on between these ponies and the Crystal Pony, the Crystal Empire versus, Equestria, and it's completely fucking cool though. We see Celestia hockeying up, and it's really cool. We also see Rainbow Dash is like killing everyone, like just like bashing people with her metal wing. We see the double team JoJo Uda, fucking Pinkie Pie and Mod Pie Uda combo was just really a nice touch. I like Chrysalis. Chrysalis was a savage in this finale, though. I'm not gonna lie, she was a fucking savage. Though, did you see that drop kick she did to Sakura? That was ridiculous. Like, she just plops her on the floor with her fucking knee, and she's like, "Yeah, take the knee, bitch." And then you see the fucking laser just, yo, this bitch is ferocious, man. I love Chrysalis, man. I love fucking Chrysalis. Pulling out some Yukioa shit, man. Like, oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god. I hope we see more of Chrysalis. Like, for reals this time. I want to see more of her in the past season, whatever, future. I'm just saying. T-Rex could have been better, though. Even though it was cool just seeing him wreck shit. We pretty much saw it, obviously. But, yo, just seeing him again, though, made me have a heart on. Like, oh, come on, man. I want to see something really cool besides just him, T-Rex, just blowing up shit. T-Rex is way more stronger than that just to be wasting his time of doing that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Flip and Flan's World, I can't really see that being too big of apocalyptic. Discords was funny, though. I love Discords. His was funny, making Celestia and Luna their Afro clowns, and it's funny as all hell. Like, yeah, taste the Troll King, bitch. Like, yeah. Like, oh my god, that shit is funny as hell. And then, of course, we see Nightmare Moon's future, which I thought was actually really cool. It was a bit too short-lived, but it was really cool, though. Like, I like the dark scenario. Like, everything is always nighttime, and it was really awesome. And then, yeah. And then Starlight Glimmer. Oh, yeah. Main attraction, Starlight Glimmer. I love her as a villain, man. But it sucks how she had to be redeemed. Again, I'm not used to it, but regardless... Besides that little nitpick or mixed feelings I have about Starlight Glimmer becoming the next main 6th, 7th character, the next Nakama for MLP, you know, will I accept it? A little bit of yes and a little bit of no. I have to get used to her being redeemed or reformed to her. Her past, though, I will admit, could have been a bit more better explained compared to her just being jealous or the fact that someone else has special talent. Granted, though, that is what kind of, you know, fucked her up in the end, and how she made her a completely psycho, sadistic Hitler kind of pony, and making others believe that there's no such thing as a special talent, everybody is equal. You know, that's how she became completely fucked up. I thought it was going to be something a lot more worse, but just because of jealousy, kind of doesn't make you trigger that much of communism. Just saying, though. But besides all that, this was such... Like, it wasn't the usual kind of season finales that you would expect. It didn't take those tropes. And I loved it. And I absolutely loved it. So that's it. So I'm officially done. And then we get a song at the end, which I think is better than Let the Rainbow Remind You, by the way. Even though it's like a little 2.0 version of that, just saying. Regardless, though... Oh, man. Season 5 as a whole. Now since I'm going to be wrapping it up. Overall, Season 5 of MLP has to be one of my favorites and the best seasons that we have had thus far. Man. Oh, man. We had a lot of great episodes with a little sprinkle of some decent, solid to okay episodes. One episode that was shit, but now redeems itself because now we see it in the little montage and the flashback of Crusaders of the Lost Mark. So overall, when it comes to the season, there wasn't any specific episode I hated, except for one. But besides all that, despite that... Oh, hold on, I'm getting a phone call. What makes this such a huge plus positive is the development of characters, the development of the story, the development of everything, a big contribute love letter with a 100 episode, and a cutie map that I don't think we're not going to see go away for a while, and it's going to be continuing to be the future of the stories, with a lot of mature lessons, and I mean a lot of mature lessons, a lot of them, and character development, story progression, yes, you heard me, story progression, throughout the entire series, expanding new locations. When it comes to that all together in one big package, this was a phenomenal season. It really was a phenomenal season of MLP. Like, it really was. Definitely my most favorite season we have had thus far. It was, yeah, my favorite season ever of MLP. And because of that, I'm going to give the score of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Season 5 a perfect 10 out of 10 rating. It is definitely my most favorite. I could be generous and give it a 9.5 out of 5, out of 10, but nah. 10 right here, man. 10 right here with, oh man, like... They took so many liberties, and they made it so phenomenally well done. And I'm really hoping that Season 6 can take that same quality as well. Season 4, while it was a really great season, they did have some episodes I didn't really care for, or were just like, eh. And again, this season had way more positives. Extremely way more positives. A little bit of negatives. Compared to Season 4, where it had some positives and some negatives to it as well. And a lot of positives and a lot of negatives, I'll say that much. Even though Season 4 was pretty great, I will say this season definitely beyond just destroys it. So, Season 5, loved every minute of it. My favorite season ever of MLP. 10 out of 10 right here. Cheers for Season 6. I'm really looking forward to the future of MLP. Whenever Season 6 gets released this year, I don't know when. Hopefully not too late within the year, because that'll be really sad that we have to wait this incredibly long. But we'll see what happens. I'm really hoping, if not a spring release, probably a summer seasonal kind of deal, like seasonal anime kind of deal that we can get to. So even if it's in the summertime, I don't mind it like waiting all the way to summer. If it's summertime, then I can understand like June or July-ish or even May. Then if it's like a May, June, or July release, then that's fine too. But regardless, yeah, that's pretty much it. I am done. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe as always. This is the Ninja Reviewer signing out. Peace out. Anime manga fans, keep supporting what you read and what you watch. And bronies, bro hoof. Brony on to you guys. And I'm going to catch you guys in my next video. Until then, pony fans, stay strong, keep calm, and keep waiting for Season 6. Keep on waiting. Please don't be impatient. Don't worry. The writers are working really hard to make Season 6 even bigger and stronger than it was for the previous years. Keep going with these liberties, and I think we're going to have some really great futures of seasons along the way. With these long delays and stuff. That's what I mean. So until then, I'm done. Catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out. And brony on, everyone. Till we meet again in Season 6.